What's going on, guys? It is Ketch back with another video on the channel, and boy oh boy was there a surprise in the League Cup semi-final first leg at Middlesbrough overnight. Middlesbrough beating Chelsea 1-0 to put one foot in the final at Wembley in a couple months time. And yes, it was indeed that Michael Carrick's men through Hayden Hackney got the only goal of the game, as Middlesbrough did beat Chelsea 1-0, and the Borough faithful would have gone home happy, very pleased with that result against the Premier League team as well. You know, Middlesbrough currently in the Championship at the moment against Premier League quality, a team that's spent quite lavishly in recent months and years, and it's finally nice to see the little guy get one over on one of the bigger guns. And Middlesbrough will be keeping a very keen eye on whatever happens in the Liverpool Fulham game, both the first leg tomorrow at Anfield and the backup leg at Craven Cottage in a couple of weeks. Middlesbrough will also have to go to Stamford Bridge as well. But yes, it was a brilliant night for Middlesbrough, and one they will cherish for a long time moving forward. So good on them. Go Middlesbrough. The Chelsea attack were at fault throughout the game against Middlesbrough, none so more than Cole Palmer, who missed a glorious opportunity when he capitalised on a Middlesbrough mistake in the heart of defence. And unfortunately for Cole Palmer, who's done really well for Chelsea so far this season, all he did was put it wide of Thomas Glover in the Borough net, to a lot of jeers from the Middlesbrough fans behind the goal. But the Chelsea fans would have been expecting him to bury that, and they were made to swallow their words and their thoughts. Just a couple minutes later, when Hayden Hackney scored the only goal of the game to put Borough 1-0 up at the time, and from that point forward, Chelsea were always going to be playing the losing battle with themselves. They just couldn't get that final killer ball and that final sort of touch across the goal to score. You know, Raheem Sterling is known as a selfish player, but even he would have expected Cole Palmer to finish that. The likes of Noni Madueke and Conor Gallagher as well were at fault for a couple of gilt-edged opportunities in a game that Chelsea really dominated, but just really couldn't find any of their finishing touches. Their XG, I think, was 2.64 from memory, so Chelsea really only have themselves to blame for actually not doing more than what they should have. And it was actually Thomas Glover in the Borough net that was man of the match, according to FootMob at least. Now, the Aussie goalkeeper had been playing at Melbourne Victory. He got a free transfer, I believe it was, to Borough in the summer, and yeah, he's been playing very well for Middlesbrough in the Cups. He hasn't really cracked their team in the league as of yet, but well done to Thomas Glover. It's always nice to see fellow Australians doing well in European competitions. The result at Middlesbrough has heaped even more pressure on Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino. And speaking of Pochettino, how the hell is this guy still in a job? This guy went from being in the Champions League final with Tottenham 5 years ago in 2019 in a losing effort to Liverpool. Then he went on to manage PSG. Now he's back at Chelsea managing them, and it looks like he's devoid of ideas at the moment. He spent so much money of so much cash, I should say, of Todd Bowley's the billionaire American owner of Chelsea. And what do they have to show for it? They're languishing 10th in the Premier League when they're supposedly meant to be one of the bigger clubs in London, but also in the Premier League as well. And yet languishing 10th, below the likes of Aston Villa, below the likes of Brighton, below the likes of West Ham, below the likes of Manchester United. Okay, that last one's a bit of a joke, but the point still remains. How the hell are a club like Chelsea in 10th? And how are they just lost 1-0 to Middlesbrough? A team that's stuck in, I think, 10th in the championship table at the moment. Actually 12, I just had a look right then. They're actually 12th in the Premier League table, and it just is surprising to me. And the fact of the matter is that Pochettino has been struggling all season to get this Chelsea team molded in his fashion, and it's not like he doesn't have the talent available to him. It's just like he doesn't have them gelling like he did at Tottenham. He doesn't have the likes of Kane, Son, Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, to name a few, all gelling in that Spurs team like he did. And at this Chelsea team, I'm just not sure he knows what he's proper starting 11 is. It's like he's giving too many chances to different people. I definitely think he sees Cole Palmer as a vital cog of that Chelsea team. I'm just not sure he knows the right position. But the issue I think is more concerning is the fact he's spent a lot of money as well. He spent, I think it was 118 million on Moises Caicedo from Brighton, and then another 45 million on Romeo Lavia from Southampton in the summer to bring them to Chelsea to further strengthen his midfield. But he already had a lot of players in that Chelsea midfield, and rather than giving them chances, he's just spent more money so that rival players didn't get him. And I think that's quite interesting to look at, because Chelsea have spent quite a lot of money on big players, a lot of money on players in the last 12 months. And outside of possibly Enzo Fernandez, and Mikhail Mudryk has definitely not been up to scratch. But the rest of them, I don't even know what he's been looking at. Like Noni Madueke, he's young, he's got a talent. Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia are both young as well. Caicedo is even Premier League proven. He showed that at Brighton last season. I'm just not sure that they're working under Pochettino. That's, I think, the issue here. And the bigger issue is the fact that the British media, notorious British media I should say, haven't picked up on this. And someone like Erik ten Hag, who's in the same position as Pochettino, doing a tougher job at Manchester United, has this massive spotlight on him. And I think that's just because he's managing Manchester United, and they're a bigger name than Chelsea. Sorry, Chelsea fans, but they are. But the issue here is that Ten Hag has a massive spotlight and Pochettino doesn't. So I don't know why there's no spotlight on Pochettino, because he struggled more at Chelsea there in 10th against Ten Hag, who's also been struggling. But I guess the fact that Ten Hag's in his second season and Pochettino's only had the team for half a season as it is at the moment, only just past the halfway point of the season. So I don't know how much longer Pochettino has at Chelsea. He's definitely on borrowed time, and if your results don't improve, he could definitely be another manager that gets sacked very quickly. Todd Bowley is not sort of the one that's got an itchy trigger finger, but if he sees results aren't improving, and with the cash he's already injected into this club, it could mean that lights out for Pochettino very, very soon. The other EFL semi-final tie is between Liverpool and Fulham at Anfield, and Liverpool are red hot favourites with the bookies to go and beat Fulham and book their ticket. They will hope to book their ticket to Wembley with a very strong first leg performance. I'm not entirely sure what team Klopp will field. He's definitely influenced a bit by injuries at the moment. He might want to rest a couple of key players as well, but it's also a semi-final at the end of the day. I don't think Fulham will rest too many players. I think they'll go in pretty strong. The likes of Alex Iwobi and Willian are always dangerous as well. Raul Jimenez in the air is also very dangerous. I guess the main question of Fulham is their backline's been a bit iffy this season, bit leaky in terms of goals as well. So if Liverpool can shut down Fulham's attack, I think they'll have a quite fruitful night of their own up attack. But it also just depends on what Fulham want to bring to the table. Anfield's been a pretty notorious place to go this season. Only Manchester United and Arsenal have actually not lost there. That's only in the league. I don't think anyone else has actually gone there in terms of cup competitions. They might have. I might just not have my facts right on that. But yeah, Liverpool are a very tough prospect at home. And they'll be hoping to sweep aside Fulham and just play the kids in the second leg as it is. Klopp has always been given the go around for not respecting the cups, but he definitely did the other night against Arsenal. And I think depending on what happens, if he finds himself 3 or 4-0 up, he'll probably give the academy kids a bit of a run out, which is always nice to see. But that has been the end of this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do like, share and subscribe. It's very helpful and does help the channel grow, and I'll see you with another video very soon. Have a good one, guys. See ya. Bye.